Every sunrise was a question of life or death. But somehow, our ancestors endured. This is how humanity's greatest battle began. Welcome to the beginning of us all. Millions of years ago, Earth was a world untamed. Vast grasslands stretched endlessly, while dark forests echoed with roars of predators. Early humans, fragile yet determined, stepped into this wilderness. They carried no weapons of steel, no cities of stone, only courage, fire, and the will to survive. These first Homo sapiens were wanderers, moving across harsh landscapes in small bands. Every day was uncertain. A sudden storm, a lurking predator, or even hunger could decide life or death. Yet, within their eyes burned a spark that would one day change the world forever. Food was their first battle. They scavenged animal remains left behind by lions and hyenas, cracking bones for marrow. Sometimes, they risked their lives chasing small game or climbing cliffs for honey. Every bite of food carried danger, yet hunger left them with no choice. Water was equally precious. Rivers were often guarded by crocodiles and hippos, making every sip a gamble. When rain fell, they danced under the sky, storing drops in animal skins. Droughts could wipe out entire groups, forcing them to travel great distances to survive. But predators remained the greatest threat. Saber-toothed cats stalked silently, while packs of hyenas waited for weakness. Humans were not the fastest, nor the strongest. Their strength lay in unity, many eyes, many hands, and the courage to stand together when danger struck. Fire changed everything. Once lightning set forests ablaze, humans learned to harness the flames. Fire gave them warmth in freezing nights, light in the darkest caves, and protection against prowling beasts. Around fire, they gathered, told stories, and built the first seeds of community. With fire came cooked food, safer to eat and easier to digest. This allowed their brains to grow stronger, thoughts to expand deeper, and dreams to reach further. The mastery of fire became the first true weapon in humanity's battle against the wild. Hunting evolved slowly. Wooden spears tipped with stone replaced bare hands and sharp rocks. Humans worked together, driving animals into traps or toward cliffs. Though dangerous, these hunts forged bonds of trust. Each successful kill meant life for the tribe, and failure meant hunger. But hunting alone was not enough. Women and children gathered fruits, roots, and seeds. They studied which plants healed wounds, which poisoned, and which filled the stomach. Over time, this knowledge became a living library passed from one generation to the next. Danger was everywhere. Thunderstorms ripped through the sky, earthquakes shook the earth, and diseases struck without warning. Yet humans adapted. They learned to build shelters from branches, skins, and stones. These shelters gave them more than safety, they gave them a place to call home. The night was both terrifying and beautiful. Stars lit the sky like burning embers, guiding humans across endless landscapes. Some believed the stars were ancestors watching over them. In this endless dance of survival, faith became a quiet companion in their struggle. Seasons shaped their lives. Summer brought fruits and game, while winter froze the land into silence. They followed the herds across plains and rivers, always moving, always searching. Migration was not a choice, it was the rhythm of their survival, written into their very blood. Humans were not alone. Other human-like species roamed, Neanderthals in Europe, Denisovans in Asia, and many others now lost to time. Sometimes they clashed, sometimes they exchanged ideas and genes. These encounters shaped the very essence of who we are today. Language slowly emerged. At first, it was gestures and sounds, then words carried meaning. With speech, they could plan hunts, warn of danger, and share stories. This power of communication set them apart. It allowed humans to dream together, not just survive alone. Art appeared in caves, painted with blood, ash, and minerals, handprints on stone walls, animals carved in bone. These were not decorations, but voices reaching across time. Through art, they captured fear, hope, and the memory of survival itself. Death was a constant shadow, yet humans honored their dead, burying them with tools, beads, or flowers. This revealed something extraordinary: compassion. Even in a brutal world, they cared for each other, proving survival was not only strength, but love. Children were the hope of the tribe. Every birth was a miracle, for many did not survive. Mothers and elders worked tirelessly to protect them. Each child carried the promise that humanity would continue. No matter how harsh the world became, tools grew more complex. From simple stones came blades, scrapers, and needles. With them, humans made clothes from animal skins, shelters that resisted storms, and weapons that pierced deeper. Each tool was a step forward, a victory against nature's cruelty. Cooperation became humanity's greatest weapon. While predators hunted alone, humans hunted together. While storms destroyed shelters, humans rebuilt them together. In unity, they found strength greater than tooth or claw. Unity turned fragile wanderers into true survivors of the wild. As centuries passed, humans spread across the globe. From the burning deserts of Africa to the icy tundras of Europe, they adapted. They wore furs in snow, drank from frozen rivers, and hunted mammoths. No environment was too hostile for their will. Clothing was more than protection. It allowed humans to move into colder regions, to challenge winter itself. Animal hides, sewn with bone needles, became armor against the elements. With every stitch, humans claimed dominion over lands where none had survived before. The hunt for mammoths and giant bison was perilous. These massive beasts could crush hunters in seconds, yet with strategy, fire, and teamwork, humans brought them down. Such hunts provided food for weeks, bones for tools, and skins for shelter. But overhunting and climate change forced humans to adapt once again. Some turned to fishing rivers and seas. Others began to plant seeds, learning the first secrets of agriculture. Slowly, survival was no longer just about today, but also about tomorrow. Agriculture changed everything. The first fields of wheat and barley tied humans to the land. Villages formed, families grew, and food could be stored for seasons ahead. For the first time, humans were not only surviving, they were building the future. Domestication followed. Wolves became companions, protecting camps and hunting beside humans. Goats, sheep, and cattle provided milk, meat, and wool. This partnership between man and beast strengthened their survival and laid the foundation for civilization itself. Stories around fire turned into traditions. Myths of spirits, gods, and ancestors gave meaning to the unknown. These stories united tribes, offering courage in storms, comfort in death, and identity in an uncertain world. Faith became survival of the spirit. The dangers never ended. Volcanoes erupted, floods swallowed lands, and plagues spread unseen. Yet every challenge pushed humans further. They learned to heal with herbs, build boats for rivers, and invent rituals to endure grief. Adaptation was their eternal companion. Homo sapiens soon outlasted their cousins. Neanderthals vanished. Denisovans disappeared. But sapiens endured. Their survival was not by strength alone, but by flexibility, imagination, and the ability to see tomorrow even while fighting for today. Stone gave way to innovation. Humans shaped obsidian sharper than steel, carved needles finer than thorns, and built traps that outwitted beasts. Every discovery carried them further from prey to predator, from hunted to hunter, from fragile to formidable. Fire still burned at the heart of their lives. It was warmth, safety, and a gathering place. Around it, songs rose, stories echoed, and dreams were born. Fire was more than survival, it was the soul of humanity's journey. Over time, art flourished. Cave walls glowed with colors of ochre and charcoal, telling stories of hunts and spirits. This was memory, preserved beyond death. Art became humanity's way of saying, we were here. We lived. We fought. We survived. Love grew amidst the struggle. Families formed bonds of devotion. Mothers carried children across deserts. Fathers risked death for food. Elders guided with wisdom. Love gave survival meaning. It turned existence into life, and life into something worth protecting. Human voices grew louder, carrying across valleys. Songs, chants, and rhythms gave strength to tired bodies. Music became both a tool and a gift, uniting people in moments of fear and joy alike. Even in struggle, beauty found a way. Weapons grew sharper. Spears with stone tips became bows and arrows. With these, humans could hunt from afar, reducing risk. Every weapon was not just survival, it was progress. A step closer to mastery over the wild. By uniting knowledge, humans grew wiser. One tribe discovered new plants, another shaped better tools. Through migration, these ideas spread, weaving together a tapestry of survival skills. Knowledge was shared, and through sharing, humanity thrived. Despite their progress, fear never left, thunder at night, eyes glowing in the dark, the silence of winter, all reminded them how fragile they were. Yet, courage always returned, for they had learned, fear could not stop survival. Generations passed, and humans stood taller. They built villages, raised children, and mapped stars. They remembered their ancestors not as victims of the wild, but as warriors who conquered it. Each footprint left in the soil was a testament to survival. From Africa, they spread across the earth. Step by step, continent by continent, humans left their mark. They braved oceans, crossed mountains, and endured deserts. The world was no longer vast and untouchable, it was theirs to explore, to claim, to live in. Though time erased much, one truth remained: survival was never guaranteed. Every fire lit, every tool made, every story told was a rebellion against extinction. Prehistoric humans thrived not by chance, but by resilience beyond imagination. Ending. And so, the story of humanity began, not with kings or empires, but with fragile beings beneath the stars, holding fire against the darkness. From struggle rose strength, from unity came survival, and from survival, the destiny of humankind was written.